Hello everyone and welcome back to me, Shiva Wilson, and my channel which is all about legalizing adult use recreational cannabis in the UK. Now today I've got a bit of a strange conversation that happens between a young woman and an old man on a bus, the cannabis legalization bus. So the bus rumbled along, the gentle hum of the engine a constant background noise. A young woman, sporting a bright green Legalise Cannabis t-shirt, sat by the window, her eyes glued to a documentary playing on her phone. Next to her sat a frail, elderly gentleman, his weathered face etched with wrinkles and his eyes clouded with age. He was clutching a well-worn copy of the Daily Mail and looked utterly bewildered by the scene unfolding beside him. "Did you know, sir," the young woman began, her voice bright and enthusiastic, "that cannabis is actually incredibly beneficial? It can help with chronic pain, anxiety, even cancer treatment." The old man peered at her over his newspaper, his brow furrowed. "Cannabis? What's that? Some kind of newfangled fruit?" She laughed, a light tinkling sound. "Not at all, sir. It's a plant, and a very useful one too. They're making all sorts of wonderful things with it these days. Medicines, oils, even clothing." The old man stared at her, his eyes wide. "Clothing? You mean like a shirt? You're telling me they make clothes out of herbs?" The young woman's smile faltered slightly. "Well, not exactly. It's more like," she struggled to explain, "hemp, which is related to cannabis, but that's not the point. The point is, cannabis has so much potential, but it's been unfairly demonized for decades. It's time to break the stigma, to educate people about its true nature." The old man, still bewildered, continued to read his newspaper. "Well, I don't know about all that, love," he mumbled, "but I'm sure there's nothing good that comes from those recreational drugs. You should stick to tea, that's all you need." The young woman sighed, a flicker of frustration crossing her face. "But sir, cannabis isn't just about getting high. It's a natural resource with incredible possibilities." The old man simply chuckled, shaking his head. "Young people these days, always chasing the next big thing. You stick to your tea and you'll be just fine." The bus continued its journey, leaving the two passengers in their respective worlds, one a fervent advocate for change, the other clinging to the familiar and the known. It was a stark contrast, a microcosm of the wider societal debate surrounding cannabis, with generations divided by their perceptions and understandings of this controversial plant. And the Buddha is at peace again. Right, that was it. Interesting conversation between a young woman and an old man. Are we trying to say that old people have got prejudices against cannabis? Not necessarily, because as I've recently learned, a load of older people in America, that's people aged over 50, are starting to use cannabis a lot more lately. So check that out online if you want to find that out. There is information available online. Right, I've been Shiva Wilson. I've done all my videos for the week, so I shall see you on the next one. Good night.